Do you know your protagonist's internal wound? Some people call it the shard of glass, some people call it their internal conflict. In this video, you're going to learn how to use a tarot card as a tool to overcome writer's block. We're going to go over how to read the card intuitively, the meaning, and also how to associate it with your main character's internal conflict, wound, shard of glass, whatever you want to call it. There is a high probability that if you are doing this spread on your own, you are not going to get the Two of Swords for this card's position. The process that I'm going to show you throughout this video is my process, and this is how I read every single card. The Two of Swords is just an example. If you are a writer who is brand new to tarot, or a tarot reader who is brand new to writing, I highly recommend that before you start, you find a tarot deck that mostly matches the world that you are trying to create. Here are 4 different Two of Swords. They are all from different decks, but they all essentially mean the exact same thing. They all have 2 swords that are crossing. They all look very similar. Again, this is a mermaid deck, a pirate deck, a manga deck, and also the Christmas deck. So they're all going to give different creative writing prompts, but you want to find a deck that's going to give you the correct prompts for your project that you're writing. If you've never seen me before, I'm Chris, and I am a certified tarot reader who is building a community of writers who use tarot to help overcome their creative writing blocks. So let's get into it. If you're deciding to do the spread on your own, there's a very important aspect that you need to know about this card specifically. This is the card that's at the bottom of the deck. So once you're done shuffling, however you shuffle, whatever you want to do, use the card at the bottom of the deck for card number 14. To begin reading this card intuitively, we want to take a look at it with our 6 senses. What do we see, hear, feel emotionally, feel physically within the card, taste, and smell? So I see 2 guys fighting. Like literally a sword fight. That's literally what's going on. And also, you can also see that one of them is human, and one of them actually might be a mer person. What do I hear? I probably hear the swords clanking. I actually wonder if I'm hearing the footsteps on the sand, or even in the water. It looks like they're more in the water kind of an area. But I wonder if I hear the splashing of that. For some reason, what's going through my head right now is the sword fight in The Princess Bride. What do I feel emotionally? I feel my heart is pounding because I'm scared that that pointy thing is going to stab me and I'm going to go away. So I'm not sleeping. I'm not resting. This is a very active card. What do I feel physically actually in the card? I probably feel the sword in my hand. I don't know. It could be heavy. I'm not sure. I've never felt a sword like that, but it looks on the thinner side, but that's something to look into. Again, if we're on the sand fighting on the ground, I might be able to feel my feet actually trying to find my sturdiness and trying to keep my balance. I also wonder if I'm trying to keep my balance if I'm actually in the water as well. I might be able to actually feel like I can feel the clanking of whenever my opposer's sword hits mine as well. I might also be able to feel like winds, like when the sword is about to brush me or hit me, or when I move away, I might be able to feel that kind of the winds against my skin. What do I taste? I'm not sure that I'm tasting necessarily anything right now. There's nothing really to taste. If we are near the ocean, maybe the seawater or the salt water, but I don't really get, again, it looks, we got green and we got blue, and it doesn't really look like it's one or the other. It looks just kind of like earth. And smell, again, kind of the same thing. I don't really get a smell with this. I might, if I'm a human, I might be able to smell the fish leg of the guy. I don't know I mean, fish stink, so that might be something to pay attention to there. To get ourselves more involved with the card, let's create a small short story just to kind of see what the card, to draw out what the card is trying to tell us. So we're going to do that by creating an Act 1, an Act 2, an Act 3, or you can do a small short story with just the scene before, what's happening right now, and the scene after. So for me, it almost looks like 2 guys are fighting over maybe even a girl. Like it just, or I don't know, maybe they're both in the queer community, and maybe they're both fighting over a guy. It just feels like there is a sword fight going on with 2 opposing sides, especially when you've got a human versus a fish. So with this being in the middle, this is them actually fighting, and someone wins. I'm gonna go fish for this one, just because humans are unaliving fish a lot, and I feel like maybe the fish need a win. So let's talk the actual meaning of the card. So swords is associated with the element of air. Air is associated with our thoughts and our communication. We are in cycle-wise, we are at the very beginning. We have aces and then twos, so we're at the very beginning of a new thought cycle. Now, the Two of Swords is usually about a very important decision that needs to be made, and you're not sure which one to do. You can only pick one decision, you can't pick both. Usually this Two of Swords has a moon in it, and the moon is usually representative of our intuition. And so when that shows up, I usually tell the querent, or the querent getting a reading from me, to follow their intuition more, the one that's more heavy on their intuition. So with there being no moon here, it just kind of feels a little bit more like decision paralysis, a little bit like the Seven of Cups, but it's a little bit different because the Seven of Cups just has multiple scenarios, multiple options, whereas this only has two. So how do we associate it with our main character and their internal conflict? Obviously, it looks like to me there's two different opposing sides. Do I go one way? Do I go another? I don't necessarily know that this is a love story. We didn't get a lot of cups leading up to this card, so I think it's more about a thought process. I feel like it's more about a leadership problem. As of right now, what I'm mostly getting is just that they are trying to decide between two different things, and that's their internal conflict. I wonder if it's actually more of like a scene of a past regret, like when you wish you would have gone one way instead of another. I wonder if that's kind of their internal conflict. Like maybe they made a decision to go left instead of going right, and I feel like that's more of kind of the direction that this character is going to be internal conflicting with throughout the story. This card is going to become a lot more clear when we discuss a little bit more about what the character needs and what the character wants. How do you read the Two of Swords? If this card came up for your main character, how would you have read it? Please let me know in the comments. I like hearing other people's opinions about how they read the card, especially when it's different than mine. If you're enjoying learning how to read tarot cards in this way, maybe you want to enhance your own tarot practice, maybe even enhance your creative writing, meet other writers who are using tarot cards to overcome their creative blocks, have more access to me, maybe even get a little bit of help on the cards that you're pulling for your own project, consider this an invitation to join the narrative flow. It's a community where writers are actually using tarot cards to help overcome their writing blocks, and we're all doing it as a community, and we're also giving each other support. In the next video, we're actually going to be discussing card A of the spread, which is this character's past wound, which is going to give us a lot more information on this internal conflict. It's also going to give us a lot of information on where this character is running to and where is this character running from. Please remember to interact with this video so that I remain in your feed, and I will see you in the next one.